Good morning. Hello, hello. How is everyone? So, obviously, I did not get a haul of the things that I bought last week. I was so sad because I got so many fun things. I wanted to show you guys beforehand, but sometimes my chronic illness just rears its ugly head and says, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do any of the stuff you had planned. And that's what happened. And I think that my mom is blaming herself for my pain flare up. It was 100% the weather. 100% the weather. We had that big storm move in. We didn't get the storm part of it. We just dropped below freezing and decided we'd stay there for a while. So when the temperature does that, for a lot of people with fibromyalgia, but especially for me, no, things aren't going to happen. Things aren't going to get done. So I am doing a little better today. I did a little better yesterday than Monday. Monday was the worst of it. But I didn't get a haul video up. I feel bad about that because it got such cute stuff. And I am drinking an extra cup of coffee today, except have you guys ever done this? You take the, I don't even know what it's called. The marshmallow fluff in a can. I think it's, good morning, Heather Elizabeth. I think that's what's called, marshmallow fluff. And you put it all around the inside of your cup. And then I took a spoonful of hot chocolate powder and then poured my coffee over it. I'm all Christmassy up in here. So I want to show you guys what I got, but I also want to show you what I got for me, but I also want to show you what I'm getting in my advent calendar in case you aren't following me on Instagram. I'm having so much fun. So my daughter sent, I guess, move this way. This is a tea advent calendar. And the brand is Puka, P-U-K-K-A. She got it off Amazon. And it's really long. It goes all the way down. And so you can see it if you want to look at it. And then you know what teas are coming. But I haven't been. I don't look ahead. I like to be surprised. So 24 days of tea behind me. And it's organic. This morning's, I think, is the first one that I'm not going to drink. Like yesterday was a ginger and lemon, one of my favorite teas. Honestly cannot remember what the other 2 days were. Oh, the day before that was a chamomile, and I waited until bedtime and drank that. That was delicious. I don't remember what the first day was, but today's has fennel and aniseed in it. No, thank you. I do not like anything that tastes like licorice, so I will be sending that one over to my mom's, and either my mom or my sister will drink it. And then the other advent calendar that I'm opening is one that I got for less than $10 off of Temu. And it's fidget toys. And I thought, how bad is this going to be? And do you? I like almost all teas, especially herbal teas. And I got two more. I got a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation for my daughter's partner, and I got her a crystal one. And I warned them, I'm like, I got these off of Temu, so I do not know how they're going to be. So the first day was pretty good. This is what I got, a little poppet keychain that's in the shape of a heart. Super cute. And the little things pop easily. Sometimes they're not made well. This was made well. I was surprised. And she got an actual crystal, because I was like, I don't know if these are going to be actual crystals or if they're going to be like resin. She got an actual crystal the first day, and then he got the moose cup from the movie. And I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Day 2 came. And I'm like, I hope that all of these are not keychain poppets. And this one I'm not going to keep. It's going to go into the games I'm doing with family. But I am keeping the heart-shaped one. And he got a little figurine from the movies. And she got an amethyst. And I'm like, oh, these are awesome. Yesterday, she got her first resin one. Not real crystal, not a stone at all. And he got nothing. He opened his doors, nothing behind it. Now I got this. I don't know if you guys had one when you were kids. We did. Well, my sister did. She let me borrow it. But it now I'm not gonna be able to get it apart. But each of the pieces bends. You can like bend it into a snake. You can make a little dog out of it. You can make a sphere. So I was happy with mine. Theirs weren't so good. This morning he got a reindeer, which I'm assuming is like the reindeer that were in the front yard of the house. And then she got the necklace that you put each of the crystals in to actually wear them. And I got this fidget. It's not a fidget you could do in church. It makes a little too much noise, but I love it. So my sister bought a couple of these, one for someone's stocking and I think one for a game price. And she's like, girl, with the first 4 things you've gotten, you've already got your money's worth out of your advent calendar. So pretty pleased with that. And then here's one of the things I got myself when I was sourcing last week. I have a project coming up for 2025. I am going to wear a different pair of earrings every single day until I've tried out all my earrings, and I am not keeping the ones I don't like. Because I have earrings in there I've never even worn. Never even worn. So after I wear a pair, if I'm keeping it, it's going to go into the cute poodle box. And this isn't vintage. It was made in Mexico. It's not vintage, but super, super cute. So it's going to go into the poodle box if I'm keeping it. If I'm getting rid of it, it's going to go into a baggie to be donated. But I'm going through my jewelry in 2025, and I'm going to wear it. Also going to try to go, I'm going to like try to put together a look every day. So also wear my necklaces. I don't know near as many necklaces and bracelets as I do earrings. I have earrings on earrings on earrings. So I've got a little project coming up 2025. So I've been on the search for a jewelry box for that. So I found that. And then you guys, look what I got. I'm so excited. A Miller Studios swan. It's going straight on my wall. I wanted to show you guys first before I hung it, but isn't that fantastic? I have Miller Studio poodles, but I didn't have any swans, and I've got a spot for it right there. Oh, I'm excited. So got that. And I have space for it. You know, I haven't been able to add to my swans because I'm just staying here in my sister's bedroom, but I have wall room. So I was excited about that. And then, do you ever just see something that you're like, that needs to be in my life? I must own that. It's an ornament. Look how big it is. It's an ornament. I got it for $2. It's got its original tag. Now this was at Goodwill. Its original tag says $26.59. And it's not broken anywhere. It's glass. I checked all over it. It's not broken. Now watch me break it. Now I've got it sitting here, but sometimes you just have to get something that is so gorgeous. Thrilled with that. And then my sister, I'm always on the hunt for my sister for 1,000-piece puzzles, but I will only buy them if they're still sealed, or if like I'm at a garage sale and the person's got 1,000,000 puzzles and I sit and talk to them for a bit and you can tell that they really take care of their puzzles and they're just clearing them out to get new ones, then I might. But she likes 1,000-piece puzzles. This one was still sealed, but look at this. So this is my Goodwill tag right here, $2. This is Goodwill in Marion, which is like an hour and a half drive from here, hour and 20-minute drive from here. It was $1.99 at that Goodwill. It's $2 at mine. But I was so excited that I found her a puzzle in the package. So she's getting that for Christmas. She doesn't watch my channel, so she won't know. And then for her entire family, I found a game still in the plastic called True Colors. So that's for the whole family. Now, I did buy them other things, but they play a lot of games together. So pick that up. That was $3. $3. So super excited about finding those two things at my local Goodwill. And then did I just get one more thing that wasn't for resale? And I debated about this, but I need something to put the jewelry in that I got from my daughter, you know, for her junk jar that she wanted to go through. And she loves pineapples. So I picked this up for her, but if she hates it, it might end up in a sale next year. It was made 1976. It's still got a little goop on the bottom from a sticker. But I got a small container. That way it's not going to look so bad that I didn't get her a whole ton of jewelry. Oh, I did get one more thing. The other thing that I'm doing for 2025, and I had been throwing this idea around for a while, and I was like, no, you don't have the room for it. No, we're not going to do that right now. I love to see really unusual vintage souvenir pieces from each of the states. Love it. And I've been wanting to put together a collection from each of the states just from thrifting. And when I saw this piece yesterday, I'm like, that's it. I have to do that for 2025. This is starting it out perfectly. Hello, Alaska. It's pewter. Good morning, Alice. It's pewter. Isn't that fantastic? And I don't know if it's a pen holder or just a tiny bud vase. I don't know, but this pewter Alaska piece was $1.25. That's going to start my collection. And I'm kind of thinking that once I've got all the 50 states, that maybe I'll put it in a box, and I don't know if I'll auction it. I don't know if I'll do a giveaway. I don't know if anybody would be interested. But my rules are, it's got to be a small piece. Can't be something, because this is a little piece. Can't be like a huge plate. It's got to be a small souvenir piece. It's got to be vintage, obviously. And it's got to be less than $2 or I'm not picking it up. So those are my 3 rules for finding 50 vintage souvenir pieces in 2025. It's got, here, let me hold up. Do you see it's got the different faces? I think it's got 3 different faces. Good morning, Kendra. And I'm wondering if I couldn't maybe put a little shelving unit of some kind back here and then put them on that. So I'm going to be on the hunt for thrifting something like that. And then you'll be able to see them as I find them. But that starts my 2025 project. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Challenging. It'll be challenging because you can't spend more than $2. Okay, so every single thing that I am showing you guys for sale today is new to us. I thrifted all of these last week. And I don't know, because we're at the end of the year, if I'm going to be sourcing much more. I do have cat here. I do have the last flea market of the, good morning, Marcy. The last flea market of the year is going to be the 14th. And I am going to hit that. But because of tax purposes, I do not, well, we know just because of my living situation, I don't want a large amount of inventory anyway. But with tax purposes, try to clear as much. I don't know that I'm going to source anything new. We'll have 2 more sales after this, and then maybe I'll do a static clearance sale the week of Christmas, but only 2 more lives after this because Christmas Day falls on a Wednesday. And I love you guys, but I'm going to spend it with my fam. So this is all new. You haven't seen any of these items before. And I'm hoping to get all of the items I had left from the last couple weeks sales. I'm hoping to get a static sale up later today that you can combine. So if you purchase something from this sale and then you watch the static sale and you want to do one of the $2 or $1 add-ons from that sale to the thing you purchased at this one, that's fine. So you can combine both sales. I probably won't invoice until the weekend so that you'll have time to watch the static sale and this one and see if you want to combine shipping and the add-ons. Hope that made sense. All right, we are going to jump right into it. I found a Texas ware melamine plate. So mid-century. I love the rooster on here. So this is a full-size dinner plate. It's just one of them. There you can see it's Texas ware. But I did think it was fun enough to pick up. I know, Marcy, time is flying. I think I'm going to start wrapping presents today just because I've got them. When I'm not sitting in this chair, they're all stacked in this chair, and I need to get them wrapped. It does have some scratches. It was obviously used. I don't think you're going to be able to see the scratches, but it's that melamine material. Just fun. $6, number 84. $6, number 84, and the rooster plate can be yours. Move my rose. And if you're just coming in, oh, Marcy's going to take that. If you are just coming in and you're wondering why I didn't get a, oh, good job, Kendra, get a haul video up. I had a fibromyalgia flare up. It was 100% because of the weather change. I think my mom thinks it's because I was helping her out since she got her pacemaker put in. It was not. But she hasn't let me come over and help do anything this week. And she is doing better. You know, the first 2 weeks, she's not been allowed to use her left hand at all. Her surgery was 2 weeks ago today, so she can finally start to use it a little bit. And so I didn't get the haul up because of the weather change. Temperature dropped incredibly here. I didn't get the snow some of Ohio got, but we got the temperature drop, and that flared up my pain, and so I did not get a haul video out. And I feel bad about that because I always like to give you guys a preview of what's coming. Speaking of melamine, I found this fantastic sugar dish. Look at the speckle. The lid is so fun. I looked all over to make sure the creamer wasn't there. It was not. It just looks like a spaceship. This is Holiday by, is it Kenro? You can see it right there. Does anybody else love the 1950s, early 1960s script? I love it. So nice and clean on the inside. Here's the lid. It's your standard sugar dish size. And honestly, if it had been pink or blue, it probably would have not come up for sale. It would have gone straight into my collection. But the speckles are red. Hi, Eileen. How are you today? $6, number 48. $6, number 48. I've had to be a little pickier just because of my living situation. And did you guys see what I added to my Christmas decorations back here? There's a story behind this nutcracker. And this is proof that I have always thrifted, always. I mean, I grew up with a mom, because she had 5 kids, who went to garage sales all the time. So thrifting was not new to me. But when I moved out on my own, I quite enjoyed it. And my sister and I, this is before we ever had kids, so, more than 25 years ago, we were out thrifting one day close to Christmas, and we see this nutcracker. And I just fell in love with it. Just fell in love with it. I'm like, we should get that for Mom. I didn't have any money. My sister actually paid for it. And so we got this nutcracker that year, and then we grew her. Good morning, Maria. We grew her nutcracker collection. I don't even know how many she had at one point, probably over 100, for years and years and years. Everybody grew her collection. Well, now they've downsized. They have been letting people come back, and if you purchased it for them, they're giving you the opportunity to take it back first. But like my oldest son came and watched the Buckeyes game with Dad and I on Saturday, and he took home some of the smaller nutcrackers for his Christmas tree, but he took home 2 of the big ones that his favorite aunt had bought, and she didn't want them back. So I knew my sister, this is not her decorating style at all, but she's the one that paid for it, right? So I bring it back home and I stick it out in the hallway. And this is the sister that I live with. And it took her probably 20, 25 minutes to notice it was sitting there. She's like, And I'm like, no, I brought it home for me. Brought him home to live. But I have always thrifted. Always. Okay, next item. I have got this beautiful little ring dish made in Japan. It's the size. And if I missed you coming in, hello, I'm glad you're here. So a little bit more than 4.5 inches across. And it is $6, number 95. No chips, no cracks. I loved the blue in it. So $6, number 95. But I have a second one. So this one just has the flower on it. And this one has a mountain scene. There's the Made in Japan sticker. It's the same size, but I think this one might be a little deeper. The blues are slightly different. Now, when you're not underneath super bright light, the blues look closer in color than they do under this super bright light. But this one is $6, number 64. Now, if you would like both, you could take both home for $10. So $6, 64, number 64 on the one with the mountains. And those are not saucers. There's no saucer mark. Well, good luck with the eye doctor, Maria. Maria usually has a sale, what, at noon? Well, noon my time on Wednesdays. And Halen Vintage usually has a sale at 5 p.m. my time on Wednesdays. We're the Wednesday crew. Okay, this one is so fun, you guys. Now, this is not vintage, but I had to get it. Look at this chonky cat. It's resin. Look how wide it is. I couldn't identify the company. I found one in a different color for sale on eBay right now. but oh my goodness. It's just so fat. It's fantastic. So from tip of nose to tip of tail, we're looking at 6 inches. And then height wise, we're looking at just a little over 4 inches. It's just so fat and funny. I thought it was fantastic. So $8, number 37. And this little fat weirdo could go home with you. It's so chunky. Oh my goodness. So does anybody else remember when Jeffrey of Real Nifty Vintage used to sell used to sell the cracked egg faces like every sale? It was kind of his thing. Well, this is a toothpick. It's a cracked egg toothpick. It's got the, oh, that's good, Maria. It's got the peacock on it with the flowers. It's got little feet. It's tiny. So I wish I could get the glare off of there. Well, it's just going to glare. So you can see the peacock, but how stinking cute is that? It is only like 2 1/4 inches tall. So little toothpick holder, but it's in the cracked egg style. And it is $8, number 79. $8, number 79. Now, I don't know that this is vintage because of the charms that are in the bottom of it. So, I don't know. I don't know if it is a vintage lucite piece or if it is a current resin piece. It's got sand in the bottom. It's got a felt bottom, which a lot of times they put on, you know, vintage pieces. But if you look down in there, there's a skull and crossbones metal charm underneath this layer of shells, which makes me think not vintage. But it's a tea light. How stinking fun is that? And it does react under, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it reacts just like lucite. See the ghostly glow? That's what lucite candles do. So I have no idea, but it was so fun. I had to get it. So there's all of the seashells in there. With your sand in the bottom. It's this big. It's very round. And it is $10, number 13. $10, number 13. I was fortunate enough to find 2 pieces of hand-thrown pottery. So the first one is this dish with this gorgeous colorway on it. And these are signed. I have no idea. They're really, really well done. And if you're new here, both of my boys are potters. And so I've had a lot of experience and technical knowledge of good pieces of pottery. And this is just really well done. It's really beautiful. It's this big. I do not know why there's a spout on it. I'm sure it has a very specific purpose. If you know, you can tell me. Good morning, Roxanne. So we're looking at 5.5 inches at its widest point. And it is shallow. I don't know, but it is beautiful. So this one's going to be $10, number 1. $10, number 1. And then the second piece is in these gorgeous greens. Signed by the same person. Whoever this is, they do a fantastic job. I'd love to find a coffee cup by this person. Probably the coffee cups are $30. So I don't know if this is a local artist. I don't know. I couldn't identify the mark. It's this big. Widest point 6 inches. So it's just slightly bigger. And in fact, this one nestled nicely in there. So there's the two pieces together. I think it's just stunning. So no damage to either of these. This one is $12, number 50. $12, number 50 on that one. And if you're just coming in, I will have a static sale up by this evening, and you can combine shipping. And if you purchase a full price item from this and you want to do one of the $2 or $1 add-ons from the static sale, that's perfectly acceptable. You just got to let me know. Next up, oh, and Maria, my cats are doing well. They are not together right now. So I have Harley here with me, and Blue is living with my nieces, 2 of my nieces, and he is spoiled rotten, loves them, and doesn't like me anymore. Hi, Kim, which is a little heartbreaking that he doesn't like me, but separating the 2 of them allowed Harley to grow into her own self, because she always kind of just let her brother speak. Like, she never meowed before he separated them. She never asked for food or treats, and so now she is a bossy little minx, and she loves to snuggle up with me, and she's perfect. So they're doing really well. They are 4 years old now. I've got a crystal jam jar. No chips, no cracks. I could not identify the company. I found a lot of jam jars that had cut lids, but none that had this specific. So I don't know what company made it. Here's the lid. It comes with the glass spoon. And here's the jam jar. It's this big. It really is stunningly beautiful. You could also do like fancy mustard if you were doing a charcuterie board. Super pretty. And we're looking at $12, number 94. $12, number 94. Do you make Christmas jam, Kendra? Or do you just like to serve fancy jam? Jam. Next up, I love this piece, you guys. So this is vintage Czechoslovakian creamer with the cat. Look how long his tail is. With this spotted cat. So it looks like a little wild cat of some kind. No chips, no cracks. I think there is some staining on the inside, maybe. Oh, that would be delicious. We've definitely got, I scrubbed the bottom. This is just the age that happens to vintage pieces. And this is a nice size creamer. It's not a tiny one. We're looking at like 4.5 inches tall. Yum. 4.5 inches at its widest point as well. But I just love this spotted wildcat on it, especially how long the tail is. And this piece is $12, number 36. $12, number 36. This might be my favorite find of last week. It is a daisy and button canoe. Have you guys ever seen one this big? I've only ever seen the small ones. No chips, no cracks. I'm guessing early American pattern glass. It has that dry feel to it, but I find it hard to believe that it's in this good a shape. No chips and no cracks in a piece that's over 100 years old. Look how big it is. So I don't know. It feels like early American pattern glass with the dry feel, the daisy and button pattern. It's amazing. Almost 12 inches long. At its widest point, we're looking just over 4 1/4 at its widest point. So this is a big piece of glass. This is a piece where if I still had room, it would have lived with me for a bit before I put it up for sale because it's just so unusual. Now, unfortunately, we all know early American pattern glass, not worth a lot of money. So it's only, unfortunately for me, but not for you. For you, it's a deal. $12, number 49. $12, number 49 for this beauty. It's amazing. I love it so much. Just set it down carefully. Oh my goodness, that'd be the biggest banana split. Maria, did you see them in an antique store? Or were they in a thrift store for that price? You can make a double banana split and share it. That would be, and I love my ice cream. That it's too big. That would be so much. You'd have to put 2 bananas in it. Okay, next up. How about some classic Fenton hobnail from the 50s and 60s. No chips, no cracks. It's got the ruffled top. It's got the hobnails. This would have had a sticker. It's this size. Wow, $20 at a thrift store? I know that California is a little more expensive than Ohio, but I think that's outrageous. Early American pattern glass just doesn't sell for that. 6 inches tall, so it's your classic size on the compote. Everything about it is classic. This would be so pretty with mercury beads in it. $12, number 62. $12, number 62. Next up is this little vase, the butterfly. It's very 1980s. It's made in Japan. So fine china made in Japan. It is 6 inches tall. Your standard bud vase size. But it was so pretty with the flower and the butterfly. No chips, no cracks. $12, number 51. $12, number 51. A little more mid-century. Hi, Kathy. A little more mid-century goodness. This I could see sitting on my grandma's end table next to her orange flowered couch. It did have 2 of the little feet had the velvet pads, but since 2 had lost their velvet pads, I just, when I washed it, took the other 2 off. So it's got the gold speckle all the way around. It doesn't say, but most likely it was a USA Pottery piece. It doesn't feel like like a person made it. Doesn't feel like a hobbyist piece. It is at its longest point 9 inches long. At its widest 4.5, 4.5. For this little bit of mid-century goodness, $12, number 83. $12, number 83. Next up, got a little Jim Beam decanter in this very pale blue milk glass. So you've got ships on the front. The back has a windmill. The cork is still there. Nice and clean on the inside. It is this tall. So we all know how big these Jim Beam decanters are. Usually I find them in the slag glass. Hadn't seen this one before. We're looking at 13.25 inches tall. So I just thought that was a nifty piece. $10. $10, number 16. Let's put that down there carefully. $10, number 16. This made me think of Kaz, and I haven't seen her in a while. I know she was, I think she was having some, was she having a pacemaker put in, or she was having something done with her heart. So I hope she's doing all right. I also haven't heard from Sheila in a while. So if anybody knows anything about Kaz or Sheila, let me know, because I haven't seen them in the chats. We've got a horse plate. Kaz loves horses, so this reminded me of Kaz. I like the lines on this one. And this is, oh, I wrote her name down here. Hazel D. Ammerman. And when I looked up Hazel D. Ammerman, it came up a ton of like ashtrays. I only found one other horse plate, and it was a horse head, not a full horse body. But I found this image on an ashtray. $10, number 4 is the size. $10, number 4. And the horse could be yours. Got another little piece of the Royal Worcester. However you say that when you're British. I know that not everyone loves the British porcelain, but I do. I think it's so pretty. So you've got the little finger hole here. It's little. Hi, Nani. This one's definitely from the 80s. It is marked on the bottom. 5.25 inches at its longest point, and almost 4.5 at its widest point. And this was 1983 English Garden. English Garden is the title of that piece. And it is $8, number 91. $8, number 91. Picked up a second piece of milk glass because the pattern on this one just makes me think Christmas. So made in the USA. That pattern is on both sides. No chips, no cracks. It is 9 inches. So your standard 9 inches. I think it would look so pretty with some of the fake poinsettias. Because you know, if you got cats, you can't have real poinsettias. That would look really pretty. And then switch to something blue for January. Perfect, because then it looks like a snowflake. It is $6, number 80. $6, number 80. Picked up a little bit of Rogers Brothers. Thanks, Maria. Yeah, Heather, I thought so too. Baby spoons. So you've got the toddler spoon and the baby spoon, and they have the sweetest little pattern on them. So that's what they look like. And are you a patina person or are you a polish person? Let me know, because I'm a patina person. I have a collection of silver spoons and I like them to age the way that they want to, so they all look a little bit different, and I love that. But also I appreciate when I go over to my mom's and her silver is freshly polished because it shines and it's pretty. So Eileen, 4 and 13. Let me. So 13 was the tea light with the seashells. So got you down for that one. And then the horse plate. Got you down for that. Thanks, Eileen. So Kathy's with me on patina. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Oh, see, I like the splotchy look. And then sometimes where it gets blue looking, love it. But when I've had my because I have one of the spoon holders and I've had it hung on the wall and people come over and go, ew, why don't you polish those? I'm like, leave them alone. I like them that way. $6, number 46 will get you both. And those are the Rogers Brothers silver plate spoons. Toddler and baby. $6, number 46. I've got a heart trinket box. This is not red glass. Bye, Maria. Have a good day. It's not red glass. It is treated to be red. You can see, well, maybe not, but some of the red is coming off of the bottom where it's done this over time. I think it probably originally held a candle because it had the glue dot there. I think it had a heart-shaped candle in it. So, little glass trinket dish, but it is not red glass. It is stained red. $6, number 96. $6, number 96. And then I've got 3 add-ons. And if anybody needs a recap, let me know. Just pop it in the comments and I will do a recap after I do the add-ons. So first one is this little metal ring dish. It's made in China. The price tag was stuck straight over that, so I didn't know it. $2. You can add this onto your order if you've already purchased something today. Or if you purchase something from the static sale later and you want to come back and add this onto your order, you can just do that as well. It is letter E for $2. Letter E for $2. Then we have, make sure I'm showing you the right one first. We have a little saucer made in Japan. No chips, no cracks. I think it was probably hung on a wall. It does feel a little rough here where one of the metal plate hangers would have rubbed up against it over time. It's just a saucer. No teacup. I looked. And that is $2 add-on for letter L. And then my last one is, I definitely think this one was hanging on someone's wall because you've got the rough spots here. This was made in Occupied Japan and is this gorgeous blue saucer. So it's that size, and it is $2 add-on for letter F. $2 add-on, letter F. And that is everything I've got today. But it was all new. You guys haven't seen any of that before. And if you missed the beginning, for 2025, I am going to be collecting one vintage souvenir piece from each state. And then I'm going to do something with them towards the end of the year next year. We'll see what I do. But I started out my collection with this Alaska piece. It's pewter. It's a totem pole. And it was $1.25. So it has to be small. It has to be vintage. And it has to be, also it has to be the specific state. It cannot be like Yellowstone or Niagara Falls. It has to be an actual state piece, and it has to be under $2. So 2025, we are collecting souvenirs from every state. Vintage souvenir pieces. So I picked that up. I think it's going to be super fun. I'm excited about it. And then I got this for me. Isn't that gorgeous? It's glass. And it still has, I got it at Goodwill for $2. It still has its original tag on it. $26.59. Who was paying $26.59 for a rose ornament? And then not even keeping it? But it's gorgeous. I love it. It was $2. Okay, if nobody needs a recap, I am going to go so that I can get the static sale up so you guys can check that out too, and combine shipping if you purchase something today. And if you're watching on the recap and you want to know if something's still available, by all means, just ask. We only sold a few items today, so there's a lot still available. And I hope everybody is having a lovely beginning to their December and they are not already snowed in like some of Ohio already is with 3+ feet of snow. Not here, but other parts did. Also Pennsylvania and New York. There's a whole strip of people there that got hit pretty hard. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you next Wednesday.